The other place we will see splitting, and this is what a lot of mental health people don't understand about splitting, is it's rigid. When you get the jump from one pole to the other, it gets locked in there. They don't have ambivalent capacity. They don't have shades of gray. So it gets rigidly locked in. And so Marsha Linehan, talking about the borderline and splitting, says that with splitting, once things are defined, they don't change. They're not able to anticipate future changes in things or allow for future changes in everything. It gets locked up in this. So that you will see in the child's, again, a very characteristic symptom, that the child is unable to change relative to the targeted parent. The thing that happened in the past 2 years ago is a reason that I'm going to reject this parent forever. That's a classic symptom of splitting, that things don't change. Once defined, they get locked in forever. So that pathology or that symptom set is also very characteristic of splitting. So as a mental health professional doing the assessment, look for the extreme polarization, the demonization of the parent, and then the child has a locked-in attitude that does not accommodate to change, and that the past events will therefore define all future events. That's splitting. The moment you see splitting, you know you have a narcissistic or borderline personality somewhere in the family. Is it with the child? No, it's not with the child. Children don't have personality disorders. So where are you getting the pathology? From the parent. I've got a parent. If I see splitting in the child, I've got a parent with splitting that's influencing the child. Lock solid. If I see splitting in the child, where else does the child get splitting? It's a neurological thing. It's a neurological cross-inhibition of neurological networks that is produced by childhood trauma. Does this child have childhood trauma? No. Then where does a child get the splitting? It's characteristic of only two pathologies. Narcissistic, borderline. Is the child narcissist? No. Is the child borderline? No. Then where are they getting the splitting? From the parent. They're being influenced by a narcissistic borderline parent to acquire the splitting pathology. Is that narcissist and borderline parent the targeted parent? No. How can the targeted parent is not a narcissist influencing the child to develop splitting pathology relative to demonizing them? There's no pathway by which that occurs. It's not the targeted parent who is creating the splitting pathology in their kid. Okay, they have no influence on the kid. The allied parent, of course. It's the allied parent's attitudes that the kids are expressing towards the other parent. It's the allied parent who has a splitting pathology towards the other spouse. They are a bad spouse. They rejected me. They're a demonized spouse. And then that spouse is getting translated into parent for the child's pathology. So the parent is using the child as a weapon against the other parent. Splitting, the splitting symptom alone, is diagnostic of which parent is causing the pathology.